Hi, my name is Claire. Welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I'm going to be doing a holiday home in The Sims 4. I came across this challenge on Instagram where it is a holiday light home challenge. You can do any holiday, it just has to be centered around lights. So that's why I'm starting this video off by choosing lights, having my Sim avatar go and decorate the home that I will be designing. The challenge only does the exterior, but I wanted to do the interior as well. If you're curious about this challenge, you can go over to Project Sim, I'm pretty sure is the username. I'll have the information down in the description for the home and for the challenge, but we are just going to be figuring out the lights. I wanted to go for as much lights as possible since this is a lighting challenge, and I am just going to be adding some wreaths on the banisters to make it feel a little bit more Christmassy. If you're new to my channel, I do have a Christmas themed home every week in the month of December, and if you're new to my channel, you can check out a playlist I made of all of the December winter homes I've made. I've been on YouTube for a little while now. I've done this for a few years, so there is a nice stock of Christmas builds for you, and hopefully you can see my growth with building in The Sims with those builds. So I'm just going to be adding some snowman lights and going to be adding some little like reindeer stumps. I went into this build with like thinking that this would be like a limited pack build, but I quickly decided like, oh wait, I need to have this item if I want to go with this storyline. And so it kind of came down to a multiple pack build, and if you're curious what packs I use, you can go check out the description. They're all listed there at the bottom of the description. So we are just going to be adding some reefs along the banisters. I guess it's garland. Reefs are the circle things. But I wanted this home to look like it could fit in the same neighborhood that the Home Alone movies were filmed in. Maybe this is more of a McMansion of like the actual mansions that are in that neighborhood, but I wanted to like kind of like go for that same feel. This is built in the world that came with cats and dogs, so it kind of already has that like Eastern United States type of feel to it, just based off of where the cats and dogs world is based off of. And if you're not knowing where the cats and dogs world is based off of, it is New England. So we're just going to be making our way into the living space now. Going to be starting off with the entryway, and then we kind of make like a circle around the main floor living space, and we're just going to be adding a mirror and going to be adding some candles by the windows, but I couldn't like figure it out at this very moment. The tables were just too big, and I wanted to have a Christmas tree by the window, but later on I decided to try shelves to kind of act like window sills, and I really enjoyed that, and I feel like they should add like a window sill item in The Sims. It would probably be a little bit less controversial than the SpongeBob collaboration that they're doing. I am excited to get the palm trees with the lights from the SpongeBob like challenge or like battle pass, but I'm still kind of confused about the SpongeBob expansion or collaboration. It'd be interesting, and so we're just going to be now working on the living room. I didn't want to go for like full on like red and green in this space because I wanted it to feel like a home where the Christmas decorations were just added and not like taken over, if you get what I'm saying. Like they are hosting a Christmas dinner, the family of this home, but they're not like changing out their couch furniture for a red couch or a green couch. So we are just going to be making a little like entryway drop zone area, something kind of pretty to look at when your guests first arrive at the home for the Christmas dinner party, and going to be adding some Christmas cards and going to be adding a little bunny statue later on. I feel like having these little Christmas decorations was pretty hard to decorate for some reason, especially with the mantle. I really wanted to have like a stocking item, like Christmas stockings on the mantle. And I'm kind of surprised that they don't have that item, and I don't know if we'll ever get that item, especially with the EA buyout. I've seen a few videos and I'm a little bit concerned about how much debt the new company is in. I am still trying to be optimistic with this new sell, and so we are just going to have to wait and see. I am still planning to post Sims content. I've felt a little hurt by seeing so many people boycott the buyout when it like first was announced, because it's like, what are you like boycotting, or like what are you like not approving of? Like there's not really much information to go off of at that point. So I'm still planning on posting some content. I am just a little bit wary of adding packs to my game. I do have a good majority of packs that I've been gifted for birthdays and past Christmases, but knowing that the current company is in debt, I do feel wary of the option of buying more packs. But I've been waiting for some packs to go on sale, like the new pack Adventure Awaits, and getting the like in-ground hot tubs and the like build your own tree houses. I've been wanting that, and like archery. I've been wanting archery in The Sims. I thought it'd be like so fun, and so now I kind of feel like I like missed my opportunity to get that pack. But hopefully things get better, things aren't as bad as they're going as people are speculating. I'm trying to stay hopeful. I'm trying to stay optimistic. But now we are in the dining room. I wanted to go for red in this room because red does help like stimulate hunger, and me and my mom really love watching this YouTube channel called How to Renovate a Chateau, and they have a red dining room. I wanted to have a red dining room in this home. I hopefully this red is less controversial than the red that the How to Renovate a Chateau has, and so we are just going to be adding some Christmas curtains and going to be adding some pictures. I feel like adding the things in the corners was like the hardest part in this room because I was not like running out of items. I was just like, okay, that goes there. What needs to like balance it off in the other corner? So we're just going to be adding a rug from the Cats and Dogs pack. Since this is built in the world of Cats and Dogs, I did try to use the majority of these items are from Cats and Dogs, but there's also some items from Seasons, Horse Ranch, Parenthood, and Growing Together. I think those are the main packs I use, but again, check the description down there, and you can double check me on that. And while you're down there, if you wouldn't mind giving this video a like, that would really help me out, help this channel grow. I would deeply appreciate it. And the last time I checked, I was at 149 subscribers, which is mind-boggling to me. And if you haven't yet and you really want to, you can hit the subscribe button. It is free. It would mean so much to me to get to 150 subscribers before the end of 2025, and then starting off 2026 to get to 200 subscribers. That would be so amazing. So we are just going to be now in the kitchen, and this kitchen is a little bit oddly spaced. It's very large, and I did manage to put two sinks into this home, into the kitchen of the home, and we're just going to be adding a refrigerator. I do add some red appliances to make it feel a little bit Christmassy. I know I said earlier that like I wanted it to just like feel like Christmas didn't take over the home, that it was just like nicely added, but I also wanted to add a pop of red into this room, and their tile just happens to be green. I don't think they would like switch out the appliances when it's Christmas time. So we're just going to be adding some upper cabinets into this space and going to be adding some curtains. It's a very simple and large kitchen I have going on, and I do add a island to kind of fill in some space in the middle. And I was realizing that door was like a little too big, so I do switch it out for a smaller door from cats and dogs, and actually add a doggy door into the back of the house so your pets can have free roam of the backyard. I do have space for both a dog and a cat in this home, so it's very easy if you just want to have a dog, you can get rid of the cat tree. If you want to have a cat, you can get rid of the doggy door and the outdoor ball play toy thing for the pets. So we're just going to be adding some food boxes or some food containers for the pets, and adding a garbage can. I feel like this is a very simple, clean kitchen, and we're just going to be now adding some decorations and a hot cocoa stand bar into the space. And I feel like this kitchen turned out pretty well, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. So we're just going to be adding a few more things into the dining room to kind of help fill in that corner that I was talking about. And now we're just going to be adding a fruit box tray and going to be adding a bread basket. Very simple area. I was trying to make sure that like there was enough space for your sim family to cook together, and that's just a really cute interaction that the sims can do, is like cook together. So we're just going to be working on the walls of the kitchen now. I'm gonna be adding that doggy door into the kitchen. So now we're just going to be adding some pictures and going to be moving on to the exterior of the home. I'll be working on the backyard after we add some rugs to the space to make sure there's no snow that gets trucked into the home. And this home does have a first floor powder room. Like I said, I was imagining that this home would be for like a dinner party. Their family is hosting this year, and so having a first floor powder room was very important. So we're just going to be working on this space before we go into the backyard. I wanted to keep this area very simple. It is very small. I did want to make sure like the doors were like the bigger doors because that just like helped fill in space for the home. So now we're in the backyard. First thing I do is add some garbage cans in the back corner of the yard, but I feel like it was like kind of smart to have it like next to the gate of the backyard. So we are going to be adding some monkey bars and going to be adding a tree house and a little like outdoor picnic spot, which again I know it's like kind of like why would you have an outdoor picnic spot? It's snowing outside, but I was mentioning that I wanted to have this home be for more than just like the holiday season. I want to have like a few things out here for when the snow melts. So we're just going to be extending this little like brick area to make room for the picnic table and going to be adding a few garden beds for the Sims to like garden and going to just be adding a few little things for the kids. I did design this home for a family with a teenager and a child, so we're just going to be now going upstairs where all three bedrooms of the home are. Up here there are two bathrooms. One is the ensuite of the primary bedroom, and then the other one is for the other two bedrooms. I don't show the bedroom for the teen and child because I was getting a little bit worried that this video was too long, and so I decided to cut that out. But that door right next to the desk is the door to the bathroom. I did record the bathroom. I was just like, this is getting too long for me, and I'm the one that has to do the voiceover. I'm sorry if my voice does sound tired while I'm thinking about it, so I apologize. But now we are in the child's room, and I wanted to go for kind of like a spoiled child and a spoiled teen in both of these spaces. So we're going to be having a little desk and an art table, but I realized that the art table and the desk was like too much, and so I decided to just have the art table in this room. So we're just going to be seeing the how they would work to have both items, and at this point I realized like, oh, I might need to have a desk or a dresser for the Sims to make it like a functioning full bedroom in real life, and so we're just gonna be adding a little light, and I love these little lights from the Parenthood pack. I have like the stars. I was kind of going for like a science child who like loves space but like likes to draw. I wanted to go for kind of like a space theme in this bedroom, but not like make it like space, like, oh hi, it's space themed, very soft space theme. So we're just going to be adding a science table and going to be moving the art table over by the door of the bedroom, and I also do move the door at the end of the video. I might have cut this part out, but I wanted to have the cat tree up here, and so the only spot was by the door to this bedroom. So I moved the door over slightly to make sure there's enough room for the cat tree. And just like real life, the cat trees are hard to find a good spot for. I shouldn't, like, don't take my word for that because I do not own a cat or have had a cat. So I just hear that it's hard to find a good spot for a cat tree. So now we are in the teen's bedroom, and I want to go for kind of a monochromatic look. Just have everything kind of be like black and gray and kind of like simple. For both of these bedrooms, I was kind of going for like a home show design slash like magazine design home. So it's not like there's personality in this room, but there's not like, oh, this room could like easily get changed into a space for your Sims. Like if they have a more colorful personality, they want the room to be more bright and colorful, very easy to change out all of this kind of more beige or grayish items in this room. I do put a Christmas tree in this room since it does like face the front of the home, so you can see like Christmas trees as you like walk by the neighborhood. So we're just going to be adding a few little different personality pieces like the boy band poster. I do also add a guitar from the Horse Ranch pack, and now we're just going to be adding a cat bed. I do add a pet bed in each room because I wanted like the pets to feel like they could like go into each room. So before we go into the primary suite, I wanted to design the top balcony, the top deck area, and I realized that the bottom area was looking a little bland, and so I decided to add some lanterns onto the tables and then add some little like lights in bags on the front area of the home since this is a lighting challenge. So we are just going to be adding some benches up here on the second level. I wanted to have seating, but I didn't want to have it look exactly like the first level, and so I decided to just have benches instead of rocking chairs, and now we're just going to be working on the primary suite. Going to be adding the shelves that are acting as like window sills, and now we're just going to be adding a fireplace because that is like where the fireplace chimney is, and I thought it just looked kind of nice to have like a fireplace in this room. This is a home that I was mentioning would be for a family on the more wealthier side. Like I said earlier in the video, I was trying to make this home look like it could fit in the neighborhood where the Home Alone movies were filmed. So we're just going to be adding some curtains, and the wallpaper for this room was inspired by the parents' bedroom in Home Alone. It's not floral, but it still has that like striped theme, and it's kind of funny. I used this wallpaper last time in the Sim Project shell challenge for the fall and or the autumn shell challenge that they did, and so I just thought it was like kind of funny that the two challenges I've done with the Project Sim Instagram page, I've used the same wallpaper, and both homes were in the world of cats and dogs. So we are just going to be adding a little seating area in the corner. I was originally trying to find something to put by the fireplace, but I ended up putting a cat bed by the fireplace and then having another little seating area by the dressers. We're just going to be adding the cat bed now. And I was trying to find like a spot for the cat tree in this room, but I ended up finding a good spot in like the hallway of this home or of the second level. So now we are in the bathroom of the ensuite. So we're just going to be finding a good orientation for this room, which was like kind of the hardest part. Is like kind of like working on a puzzle of like, okay, does this layout look good? Okay, maybe I should move the shower to the left side and have like two sinks on the right side. And where do I put the litter box? I do move the litter box a to the downstairs, and I add a little like cat door so only the cat can access that door, and then like with that litter box used, I have a it like cleans out the litter for your Sims. So I don't have a cat in my Sims game to play tested, and I didn't really want to adopt a cat to test it myself, but I assumed since there was enough head clearance for your sim cats that there would be enough space for it to be usable. So make sure to use baby.move objects before placing this home down, just so no items disappear or end up in your inventory. You're like, wait, where did this random plant go again? I got watch the YouTube video again. So make sure to use the cheat bb.move objects. We are now getting close to the end of the video where the screenshots will be shown. I'm just going to be finishing up. I realize I didn't add any decorative items onto this desk when I was in the room the first time, so I'm adding a few things onto the desk, but we are going to be wrapping this up. So I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up on your way out. It would mean so much to me to help this channel grow, and I post new videos every single Tuesday, so I hope to see you all next week for another Sims 4 video. And if you want to see more content from me, you can go follow me over on Instagram. So I hope you all have an amazing week, a happy holidays, stay safe on the roads out there, and I hope to see you all then. Bye!